Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and discover something strange. Fear has become visible, not as a monster, not as a ghost, not as a dark shadow. Fear now looks like a bodyguard, a real bodyguard. Sunglasses, suit, earpiece, serious face, the whole package. And everybody has one. Now, at a first, it sounds pretty cool, right? A personal bodyguard who follows you everywhere. What could go wrong? Well, before we find out, if you're enjoying this already, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so your bodyguard can't stop the next video from reaching to you. Okay, where were we? Well, let's meet Sam. Sam's bodyguard is tiny, about the size of a puppy. And whenever Sam wants to do something, the bodyguard gives his opinion. One day, Sam wants to post his very first YouTube video. The bodyguard immediately jumps in front of him. Stop! What if nobody watches it? What if people laugh at you? What if you accidentally become famous and forget my birthday? Okay, the last one doesn't even make sense. But the bodyguard doesn't care. His job is to worry. So Sam decides not to post the video. The bodyguard smiles proudly. Crisis avoided. The next day, Sam wants to talk to someone new. The bodyguard dives in front of him again. Absolutely not. What if you say something awkward? What if they don't like you? What if you accidentally call them a potato? Again, very unlikely. But Sam still listens and walks away. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever done that? Wanted to try something, but then a little voice in your head started listing every possible disaster. Yeah, it happened with me too. Anyways, coming back to the story, every time Sam listens to the bodyguard, something strange happens. The bodyguard gets bigger, just a little, not enough to notice. The Sam wants to learn a new skill. Nope, the bodyguard grows. Sam wants to start a project. Nope, the bodyguard grows. Sam wants to take a chance. Nope, the bodyguard grows. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and eventually, the bodyguard is enormous. He is the size of a house, then a building, then a mountain. Now, he is blocking almost everything. Opportunities blocked, dreams blocked, adventures blocked. The bodyguard is very proud of himself. After all, nothing bad has happened to Sam. Mission accomplished, right? Well, not exactly. Because nothing good has happened either. One day, Sam sits down and asks a question, a really important question. Why are you stopping me from everything? The bodyguard looks confused. Because that's my job. My job is to protect you. And suddenly, Sam understands everything. Bodyguard isn't evil. He's not trying to ruin Sam's life. He's trying to help. The problem is, he thinks everything is dangerous. To him, posting a video is as risky as fighting a dragon. Talking to a stranger, dragon. Starting a business, dragon. Trying something new, definitely a dragon. The bodyguard never got the memo that most dragons aren't real. Now, here's the interesting part. But if fear actually works like this, think about it. Fear has kept humans alive for thousands of years. Fear says, look both ways before crossing the road. Good idea. Fear says, don't pet the angry tiger. Excellent idea. Fear says, maybe don't jump off the roof and using an umbrella. Also, excellent advice. Fear isn't useless. Fear exists for a reason. Without fear, we would probably do some very silly things. Fear helps us pause, think, plan, and prepare. But sometimes Fear gets a little carried away and starts treating opportunities like dangers. That's when problems begin. So Sam decides to try something. The next time he wants to do something scary, he listens to the bodyguard, but he doesn't obey him. The bodyguard screams, panics, runs in circles, acts like the world is ending. But, anyways, Sam posts the video. And do you know what happens? Nothing. The sky doesn't fall, Earth doesn't explode, the dragons don't arrive. A few days later, he tries something else, and then something else, and something else. And with every step, the bodyguard gets a little smaller. Not because fear is disappearing, but because fear is learning. Eventually, the bodyguard becomes normal sized again. He is still there, still worried, still dramatic, still convinced that half the world is dangerous. But now, he is walking beside Sam instead of standing in front of him. And that's when Sam learns the most important lesson of all. The goal was never to get rid of fear. The goal was to stop letting fear make every decision. Because fear is not the enemy, fear is a bodyguard, a slightly overprotective bodyguard, a bodyguard who means well but shouldn't be driving the life. So the next time fear tells you not to do something, listen carefully. Maybe it's warning you about the real danger, or maybe it's just being dramatic again. And honestly, sometimes the most exciting parts of the life begin exactly where your bodyguard starts to panic.